And my mic has been muted the whole entire time. Wow. All kinds of screwed up today. I am so sorry about that, guys. Let me rewind. Welcome to Sunday Shenanigans with Ferlo and Eddie. I am Ferlo. I am here by myself until Eddie gets here in just a few minutes. He is eating dinner with his family right now, but we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me. I've got a lot to talk about today. First thing being the Reptile expo that I went to last weekend. What a great time that was. I mean, I saw reptiles there that I didn't even know that I wanted. Hey, Bob Kaler, how you doing, sir? But yeah, I saw so many reptiles there. It was ridiculous. Yeah, Bob and Whip, you guys missed like the whole first 30 seconds. I was talking with my microphone muted. So yeah, there's that. New local Austin, what is going on, my friend? Jenny Lynn, hello. Yeah, I've only done, a few handfuls of these, but I forgot to unmute my microphone. At least, at least it wasn't the other way around. At least my mic wasn't, at least I didn't have a hot mic and I was like going off on a swearing rampage or something. I mean, that could have been terrible or really funny, depending on how you look at it. But anyways, oh boy, yeah, we're starting this. We're starting this off with a bang. X genetics, what's going on? But anyways, back to the reptile show. Yeah, it was great. The only problem I had with it was the fact that on Saturday morning, the first day of it, when they opened up, they had one big room and one small room for the show. Well, apparently everybody in line only thought the small room was open. And, smaller room, you can only fit so many people in there. Well, everybody else is like lined up out the door around the building. If anybody's in here is familiar with Florida heat, it is already like 8,500 degrees outside. Then you add humidity to it and you can pretty much double that. So yeah, everybody's like standing, in line around the building, dying, not literally dying, but, dying a little bit on the inside as the heat cooks their brain. And it's what I like to call the sheep mentality. Both rooms were open the whole entire time, but everybody just kept going to the small room. So it was taking forever to get everybody in. So that was the only complaint I had about that whole weekend. Like, we were waiting in line. Me and my wife had to go back to the hotel room and wait a couple hours for the line to die down because we both got hot and neither one of us can deal with the heat very well for some reason. So we waited a couple hours, went to the show. I think we waited till about 1 o'clock. It was like one or two when we finally got down there. And we got right in because by that time, everybody realized that both rooms were open and the show was underway, and it was, it was a blast once we got over there. Yeah, bad sheep mentality. Everybody sees one person doing it, so they automatically assume they got to do it. But luckily, it didn't last too long. I missed the first couple hours of the show, but I mean, there's so much to see there. We went back Sunday morning, even though we said we weren't going to, and saw the things we didn't see Saturday. So came home with a nice handful of new reptiles. If anybody was on Kaler's stream, or not Kaler, but Mike's Aquatics and Things, Reptiles Friday night, I was showing some of that stuff off. We came home with 2 new baby female bearded dragons that I will be breeding once they get to size. We have 2 new rat snakes, one of which is about a year old, and the other one is, I think, only a couple months. And funny story about the one that's only a couple months, it's so small that it escaped the enclosure we had it in. And he had been missing for like the last 3 days. Well, just to tell the story the way it happened, I was going to the bathroom, and I just happened to look to my left, and I see this little thing. It's about the size of like a night crawler. It's just small. I see this little thing kind of slithering down the hallway outside the bathroom door, and I was like, "Oh, well, hello there." So, long story short, we caught the snake. He's back in his enclosure, and we fixed that enclosure up to where he can't get out of it now. Yes, with heat plus people equals high levels of frustration and irritability. Yes, 100%. Especially like when you're somebody like me who already has a very short tolerance for stupidity and eat at the same time. Not a good combination. Petro Man, what is going on? Good to see you. Let's see who else we got in here. I think I've called everybody out. Yeah, new local Austin. I mean, I enjoy a good hot mic rant too, but somebody might not. Especially I've got quite the potty mouth. Sometimes I even amaze myself at the things I say, not in a good way. But yeah. So the Reptile show, it was great. They had a U.S. ARC booth there. We joined it a while back. We're a bronze member, but I wanted to get a shirt, and I could not find that booth for the life of me on Saturday. But luckily, when we went back Sunday, I found it and got a shirt and some stickers. It was awesome. I got to thank them for everything they do for the reptile community. It was great. Eduardo, what is going on? Welcome. Thanks for coming through. Anyways, I got some stuff written down here. I didn't want to miss anything. Yeah, so I gotta tell you guys. I mean, some of you, if anybody's friends with me on Facebook, you've seen me post it earlier this week. I really don't like stirring anything up on social media, but this is YouTube worthy. I was at my local Petland. I typically don't shop there, but it was it was last Sunday.
Eddie.
And there's Eddie. What's going on?
Hello, everybody. Oh, up here in Alabama, came up last night, got in about 11:30 to Mom's house up here. Did church this morning with the whole fam jam, and then we just got done eating. So nice. Had all kinds of good vittles.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yep, I was just getting into the whole FX6 debacle.
Oh boy, the $505 FX6.
Yes, I was at my local Petland, which I typically don't shop at because I just don't like it there. It smells and yeah. I just happened to be walking by the area where they had canister filters, and I look up, I see an FX6 in all of its glory. I look at the price tag, $503.99. Go online and look it up. It will be $369.
Yeah.
My local pet store that I typically shop at, it's $369. Anywhere you go is $369, unless you're in Australia, apparently, because we were talking about that a couple weeks ago. In Australia, they're about $500 or $600. But this is
Right.
the only place here that I've seen it that it is $503. And luckily, I'm not like a Karen and like, go up to the front counter and be like, why are you guys asking so much for this? Like, I can't be that kind of person, you know?
Right.
But I wanted to, like, for the first time in my life, I wanted to be like, are you guys freaking nuts? Like, what are you doing? Why?
Right.
Like, did you guys like gold plate the thing or something? Like, why?
And you said you talked to the Hagen rep, didn't you?
Yeah,
About that.
when I was working at Blue Water the other day, he just happened to be there talking with Amber, and she's like, if you got any questions for him, now's the time. I was like, oh, I got a question for him. And I go, hey man, how come across the street there is an FX6 for sale for $503? And he looks at me like kind of cockeyed. I was like, no, I said, I'm serious. I'm not pulling your chain. Like, you don't know me from Adam. Like, this is the first time I've met you, but I'm not pulling your chain. I promise you.
Yeah.
And he just looks at me. He goes, I'll fix that.
I bet John was like,
That's exactly what he did. He was like, I'll fix that.
Yeah.
But holy crap, man. Like, I've been thinking about it all week. Like,
Yeah, as soon as you made that post the other day, I was like, wow. We literally just talked about this and how good our prices are in the States. And
yeah.
there's one that's comparing to Australia. Really?
Mm-hmm. Sky Dancer, good afternoon. Good to see you. Oh, did Jenny Lynn sneak in on me? Hey, Jenny Lynn. But yes, I mean, I don't know, like, anybody in the chat, if, like, let me know if you guys' FX6s are the, real world price or the Fantasyland price.
Right.
Please let me know, so I can make sure that, our pet land here is the only crazy one. What else was I going to say? So how's your week, man?
Week's been all right. It was pretty good. Let's see, anything special really go down? Nothing too crazy. I did a bunch of meal prep last week, so this week was the first week since being in the apartment that I actually had breakfast and lunch prepped for myself. So that was kind of nice every day to just get up and take a burrito out of the fridge that I already had wrapped up and throw it in the microwave for a second. Fish tank wise, nothing's changed. Except that I got a timer on the lights now for the bow front, so I don't have to remember to try to turn those on and off every day. Had a pretty interesting phone call with a customer last night. Once I get some more stuff together, I'll chit chat with all you guys about that. That was pretty good. Yeah, I mean the store's going good. We're the story is losing somebody that's been a pretty good employee, so that's going to be a little tough to assess over the next coming weeks. Got a busy week coming up. Got 2 different days that I'm going to have to be off site. Going to be breaking down a person's big saltwater system, and so that's why you get to come in and work for me on Friday.
That's what you were telling me about last night.
Yeah.
But yeah, that should be fun. And like I said, I pulled a Thursday there because we had a light week last week at my job. So I told Amber with the gentleman that's leaving, I said, if you need help, let me know.
Yeah. I'm proud of him. He's going to get to go, get some more schoolwork done, get his college education completed. So it's going to be tough, because he was a good person. But we're still going to be friends. Him and I are still going to chit chat outside of work. So that's cool.
Yeah, I know him and Dory talk a lot about geckos and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's good at those geckos and frogs and anything saltwater related, coral or fish,
Yep.
he knows. He knows
Oh yeah.
a lot. I don't know
Yeah,
if you caught what I just did there.
he's a good kid.
Yeah.
Bob says that canisters are the work of Satan. No, I think sumps are. I think sumps are the work of Satan.
All filtration is important, as we discussed in our
Yes.
last episode.
It is. I was just counting the episodes. This is our 9th.
Right?
Yeah, I couldn't
Ninth
believe.
one?
I couldn't believe.
Okay.
I couldn't believe we've done 9 already.
Even with our off weeks that we had with us trying to
Yeah.
get other things done.
Yeah.
I was concerned when I saw what time it was today. That's why I wrote you. Well, even though you wrote me and saying like there's 7 minutes till we're on, I'm like, I am in the middle of eating right now. I have 5 family members around me, and we all have food stuffing in our face. I'm going to be a little late.
That's fine. I'll just go ahead and start. And you can come on when you're ready.
Yep.
I can move this back. Dory was in the hallway and she didn't want to come out and be on camera. So
Yeah. I understand that. I snuck into my mom's bedroom because everybody's out in the kitchen and living room. So.
yeah,
So what was Daytona like? Have you talked about that yet?
Yeah, I just talked about that at the beginning. It was fun. Like I said, the only issue I had was the fact that everybody developed a sheep mentality when they were standing in line on Saturday morning when it first opened, and only decided that they were going to start going into one room, and there was 2 rooms that were like across from each other.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so the line was moving very slow, and it was very hot outside and very humid outside. So me and Dory actually got out of line and went back to the hotel for like 2 or 3 hours, and then went back in the afternoon when the line.
Oh, there you go. When the masses of people finally got out of the way.
Yeah, I couldn't do the heat, man. For some reason, like the last 3 months, the heat has just been absolutely brutal on me.
Yeah, I haven't had to experience it much this year, but the days that I've been out there, it's definitely been a scorcher.
Yeah. So just getting out of my truck and going into a job, like a job site or whatever, has been enough for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we came home with a good nice handful of reptiles. So.
All right.
A couple more beardies, a couple rat snakes, one bigger one and one baby. I was telling them that the baby actually escaped and was roaming the house for a few days because we couldn't find it. Because it was small enough to get out of one of the little tiny openings in the Exoterra thing.
Right.
So yeah, we fixed that. We found it by chance. While I was going to the bathroom today, I had the door open and I just seen this stupid little thing squiggling down the hallway.
No kidding. Trying to find its new warm spot,
And
huh?
I was just like, oh, well, hello there. Yeah.
We found a random water snake at the store the other day.
Yeah.
We were, in the middle of feeding snakes and kind of had the same thing happen. One got away from us, and while we were trying to locate him, we found a whole different snake that we didn't even know we had.
It wasn't the moccasin type water snake, was it?
No, I don't remember exactly what species it was that Jackie said it was, but it was she picked it up with her bare hands and just kind of put it in a little container. So it wasn't nothing too extreme.
Yeah, that's good.
Did you get to have the privilege of talking with the Rangers this week when they came in the store?
No, I didn't.
No. So they've been redoing their reptile sanctuary that they have out there on base.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The contractor that's working on it all came in and chit-chatted us with the other day. He has a 4-foot wide, 40 feet long enclosure that he just got done making
Wow.
for 2 different reticulated pythons. So
Wow.
yeah, I couldn't imagine getting to see what that's going to look like when it's done.
Those things are huge. I mean,
Huge. Yeah.
Bob,
So that was
are you talking about my hair? Yeah, because I actually have like hair, like product in my hair today for a change. I had the same thing happen to me yesterday when I went out into the yard. It was all. It went up by the time I was done. But
yeah. In Florida, it's really tough to keep your hair tame. Even up here in Alabama today, I didn't put nothing in it, and it's kind of weird.
well, it's hard when you have like longer hair. I mean, not that my hair is long, but like this is the longest it's ever been. And yeah, just the slightest bit of heat and humidity hits it without any product in it, and it's like instant.
Yeah. Yep.
What was I going to tell you? I was going to tell you something.
Yeah, tell us, Eric. Tell us.
Oh, I was going to tell you all why I'm an idiot because I put that in my Facebook post.
I saw you say something about that. I wasn't going to inquire until you were ready to talk about it.
You know, I guess you could say like I'm a YouTuber, right? You know, like, and I'm kind of like a half-ass YouTuber.
Yeah, we're
So
up and comers
yeah,
for sure.
you know, I go to a show this past weekend. What do you think a YouTuber would normally do at a show?
Well, he should carry around his electronic device and try to get video or pictures of products that he's walking by. I mean, if he's more experienced YouTuber.
Well, guess what? This guy didn't do. I got zero footage of anything. I think I might have I snapped a picture of the sun coming up one morning, and that was the only footage I got of the whole entire trip.
I did the same thing a month ago when I went to Atlanta. I did that whole Georgia Aquarium, and I brought y'all absolutely nothing.
And I even had people ask me, "Are you going to get footage? Are you going to do a live stream?" Yeah, yeah. I am sorry. I am an idiot. I am sorry.
Best thing about this conversation is we have a greater chance down the road to try again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the next Aquashella will be coming up in Orlando. We're going to that. Oh man,
Now, if both of us forget to pull a phone out that day, that's just going to be a bad day.
I say that's going to be a problem. Yeah. There's Miss Marty. Hello, Marty.
Marty came to the party.
She did. Let's see. What? The Georgia Aquarium and no video? I'm appalled. Yeah. You should be appalled with both of us. Yeah.
Thanks, Silver Creek. I appreciate that.
Oh, what did Bob say? Some beautiful Una rat snakes at Repticon yesterday. It was hard, but I spent $300 on a jaguar chameleon instead. Oh, did you get that one you did the video of, the nosy bee?
Ooh, a jaguar chameleon.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have to check that guy out.
See, now Dave Farrell, I like that. He said it just means I enjoyed the show and didn't worry about footage.
That's a very accurate statement.
I'm gonna keep telling myself that, so I quit mentally hitting myself. So
yeah.
and Silver Creek's like, but they have 4 whale sharks. Oh man, yeah. I promise the next show I go to, I will get some footage.
For sure.
Yes, me and Eddie will hold each other accountable.
Yeah, if we're both there together, we'll make sure somebody's doing something.
If there's not a camera,
For the
if there's not a
channel.
camera in one of our hands, they're going to be like, "Hey, it's camera out."
be good too. We can bounce questions off of each other while we're looking at stuff, and that way, if there's any music or something that's going to be playing in the background, we won't have to have that music playing because we can hear ourselves talking.
Well, and yeah, that's what happened to me 2 aqua shows ago when I was doing a live stream, and I got copyrighted on it because of song. Apparently, a song was playing in the background, and yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I had to go through and like edit out that part of the stream.
I'll get you on that demonetization every time.
I mean, luckily I'm not monetized, but
Right. Yeah, I guess the copywriting is a little different than the monetizing, but yeah.
Well, they just like they wouldn't let the video be public until I fixed it. So. Bob, I don't know if you heard what I asked you, but that chameleon you got, was that the one in your video that you did yesterday? The nosy bee, I think it was. Because I watched some of your stream yesterday when you were walking around with Ed. I was like kind of living vicariously through you guys. Oh, you did get that one was beautiful. That was a beautiful chameleon.
You got the blue. Okay. Mentioning both of these gentlemen, since I got to jump on with you guys and do the Tennessee Fish Mafia chat, we've had a very large abundance of people in the store that have all been down to Destin or Fort Walton on vacation that saw the video.
Yeah, really? Wow.
It's like awesome. A lot. Like I had a lady in yesterday. She was trying to figure out how she was going to buy the 75-gallon tank that we had and fit it inside her Honda Accord to drive back to Tennessee.
Lay it down sideways.
I grabbed a tape measure. I showed her we had room. The door space was 23 inches wide. That tank's 18. I was like, we can make it fit.
Lay it down sideways and put it between the trunk and the back seat if there's still a hole between the trunk and the back seat of cars behind the seats now. Yeah, 75-gallon in an Accord on the road. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, on the roof, exactly.
And as you're going on the road, people are looking at you like, you mind your business, okay?
They had just got into town when they were in yesterday, so I'm sure sometime this week they might be popping back in the store. Yeah. So that's going to be pretty cool.
When they're getting ready to head back, they're like, yeah, I'll take that 75-gallon now.
Yeah. Had a person yesterday come in. They bought a spur thigh and a tank for him, and they were going back to Georgia.
Nice.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah. I had a few people that were from out of town asking me like how certain things travel. I'm like, well, I said my suggestion would be like, because it's what I've done. Yes. To get a cooler, an air bubbler, and a seated sponge filter, and do it that way.
That's the best way to do it. Well tested for 36 hours.
Especially if it's something big that won't fit in a bag.
Exactly.
Like a 15-inch biker.
Yeah. And thanks to another crazy fish lover, he was willing to run down, about 70 miles to a Walmart to get us some more water dechlorinator.
Yeah, because we forgot it because me and Eddie here have both been keeping fish almost our whole entire lives, but we forgot to bring water conditioner with us. Yeah. We used it.
Was there to save the day.
We used it when we filled the cooler, when we put water in the cooler. But then, instead of it making its way into the truck, it made its way back into Eddie's house.
It did. My defense, it was 5 a.m.
Yeah, and then what was it? When we got there, I think, is when we finally realized it.
Yeah. Yeah. When we got
It's like,
to the
I went
got
like looking through
to
my bag because I did the same thing. Like before I went and picked Eddie up, I was getting all my stuff together. I had Prime sitting out on the table ready to go, and I forgot it. I left it. It was still sitting in the same spot I left it when I got home after those few days. And so yeah, we get there and we're like, I got to do a water change. Where's Prime? We don't have any.
It's 900 miles away.
Whip just texted me and asked if I need anything from Walmart. Water conditioner, please.
That was it. But,
Let's see. Fish Dreams, note to self. A fish tank does not work for a travel container for fish. No, it does not.
It doesn't.
No.
I did have the brief idea of like telling the lady that she could stick all her luggage in the tank to travel back home.
Now, I will tell you one thing with the cooler, which we experienced a couple times. If you have to slam the brakes on because some idiot in front of you slams his brakes on, or if you have to take like a Mario Andretti turn,
Yeah.
The water is going to do this and go all over the place. And just, food for thought. Don't make the same mistakes we did.
That's the truth.
And I mean, to be fair, I have a lead foot, so yeah. Me slamming on my brakes probably could have been avoided a little bit if I would have not been going that fast. But
I don't know. 2 of those times, I believe they were completely out of your control. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes me feel better.
we were in the left lane and we were going, and somebody just decided to get in the way.
we were in the passing lane trying to pass, and some idiot in front of us just decides like, wait, hold on, stop everything.
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, do you realize I got a cooler full of water in my back seat? Like, come on.
There's 20 gallons of water and a $200 fish back here right now. Calm down, bud.
It's like everybody on the road should know I'm traveling with a cooler full of water. Like, get out of my way.
Yeah, Marty, I couldn't imagine trying to rebag fish on the side of the road.
Nope.
No.
I know it took us forever getting up there though, because we stopped at we stopped at quite a few rest stops just to check on the big guy just to make sure he was okay.
Yeah, every state we hit multiple rest stops except for South Carolina. I guess they don't do those. Mm-hmm. There was one when we entered, and then there was one as we exited, and that was it.
Yeah. Let's see. Our good friend Whip has a question here. It says, hey, do either of you lads know much about the barbells on an arowana? My girl damaged herself by nearly removing them on the lip of the tank. It seems to have healed, but they're black and not centered.
Oh, they actually did kind of grow back. I've had an experience where they've not grew back before. That is one of the ways that they can like feel the vibrations and everything on the top of the water whip when you're feeding them and everything. But I mean, I have seen in experiences where people have got them to still thrive and eat. And I guess that was May when she originally did that to you, wasn't it? So she's still holding on. It's been 3 months.
I remember him mentioning something about it when we were in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And like I couldn't give you an answer. I've never kept an arowana, so I'm not going to give you an uneducated answer. So.
Mine didn't have bars. That's the only reason why I spoke up. So yeah, it had one. The other one was already gone, and then when I added it into that tank with all those Oscars, I guess somebody picked off the other one off of it at one point in time.
Because I know, like, for like anything with barbells, like catfish or stuff like that. I mean, I've had some catfish grow their barbels back. I mean,
Yeah, the whiskers on catfish and all
yeah,
kind of grow back generally pretty well. I think if there was anything still left on that lower lip, it should be able to produce something back. But yeah, having them back centered exactly where they were like symmetrical, I'm not sure if that's something that could happen.
right. Oh my goodness.
You got
Right.
this, Eric. Only 16 more minutes, buddy. You can hold on.
I've been struggling today. Like I slept good last night and I've been yawning all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he said, "Yeah, I thought she was a goner, but she's eating again. Just hoping I don't need to remove them because they're black." Yeah,
No.
I don't know, man. I mean, that might just be them growing back. If I had
Yeah.
to, if I had to venture a guess, maybe, and it's a big maybe, they'll change colors once they're like fully grown back. But again, I'm not a arowana expert, so
That's a good point. You could be right. With the growth occurring, it's sending extra stuff out, so it's got it at a different color.
yeah.
But then once it's the body thinks it's regenerated it the way it's supposed to be, the proper coloration could come through it then.
Right.
I'd just keep a close eye on them, Whip, as long as she still seems like she's eating and those haven't swelled or, showed some form of like a fungus growth. I would just keep watching her.
Yeah, yeah. Just keep the water clean, and you know, she should be
Exactly.
okay. She should be okay. You know?
Making her more unique. It gives her character so you know that she's yours. Perfect.
Say that's your story, and you're sticking to it. I say go right ahead. Zen Ginger's got ornery kids today. I don't have that problem. I've got ornery animals. My dogs are ornery, but
I
sometimes I sometimes I feel like I have kids with those two. But
I I had an honorary uncle a little bit ago. He decided to just go on another random stroll as we were all getting out of church. So I get around with the van to pick up all three of them, and I only have my mom and my sister there. And I'm like, where did my 73-year-old uncle decide to go? And they're like, we don't know. And we drive all around to the other side of the church, which it's a very big facility, and he's over there looking for the van. Yeah, even though I told him to stay at that door, so that was entertaining.
hey yo, Mike's aquatics and things. What is going on, my friend? See, fish streams. Marty says I got some bumblebee gobies. I'm pretty sure they're not true freshwater. Any advice on those? I'm feeding them
Ooh,
brine shrimp and random prepared foods.
yeah, I would say I can do some more research on it, Marty, and get back with you on that. But yeah, brine shrimp, mysis shrimp, other foods that you can maybe make with rapashi and stuff like that would definitely be an option for you.
What about like blackworms? Like,
Yeah, the live blackworms could be an option, even with it being an iffy fish. I mean, that's a live something that's wiggling. It should definitely promote any fish to go after that.
yeah, that's always my go-to for anything like this live blackworms, as long as they're not like a total vegetarian fish.
Yeah, that crushed coral is definitely going to help buffer the water. Um, and the aquarium salt actually promotes better breathing for all fish. I'm not sure if it's going to add a form of salinity for you if that's what you're trying to do, like a brackish setup or not, though, Marty.
All right.
That would be something. Like I said, I'd have to do a little bit more research on my end, and then get back up with you. But lucky enough, I have you in my contacts, and I can do that pretty easily.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Oh yeah, you got the computer in front of you.
Give me just a second. If you got anything you want to talk about, Eddie, go ahead. I'm gonna look this up real quick.
Yeah, for sure. Well, nothing's changed too much for me on my end with the tanks and stuff at the house, but it's always a work in progress. Definitely have got more things organized at the apartment so that I can see I'm going to start getting a couple more things situated. Got to go to a couple of my accounts this past week. I saw some really good progress in an aquarium that I thought we had a big catastrophe in. Got a lot of the corals that this person had to bounce back. Their blue hippo tang is way happier, and the clowns have spawned again. I did check the salinity, and the salinity is a little low in that system, so I'm going to have to make sure I bring a little extra salt water with me next week when I go in there to do that system change on that tank. But all in all, the system's looking a lot better. The zoas and polyps are back out, and the little star, the green star grass is out and vibrant all over the place now.
Is that what it looks like, Marty? Just so I make sure I'm looking up the right thing. Let me try to get it out of the glare.
Right. Try to get it to focus, but not be all glared. Right. That guy looks pretty cool.
He does look pretty cool. Eddie, what happened to your noggin?
Oh, that dude's always been there. That's. I used to tell kids at a school that was my little brother. It's I haven't ever went to go see if it was anything. I've had somebody try to tell me before that it could be tumorous. I think it's just a weird growth. But yeah, there's a knot on my noggin.
Yeah, I've got a few on mine.
Normally try to keep the camera a little further away so y'all don't see it, but today it's been up close, so it's had probably the center focus of the camera way better than anything else.
Well, if that's it, Marty, because she said, yeah, there's a lot of different bumblebee ones, but that's the one that I looked up, and if it's that one, it's called the true freshwater bumblebee goby. So it'll be fine in freshwater if it's that one.
Oh, Whip was actually just talking about my haircut. My bad, Whip. I went on a whole other conversation. He was just giving me a compliment on my. Yeah, I did. I got a nice haircut. Looks good. Yeah. The same person I clean a barbershop's fish tank, and the barber finally had enough looking at me as a woolly booger and was like, I'd like you to sit down so I can fix you like you fixed my tank. And yeah, I tried to give him a tip and everything, and then he handed me the tip back because I cleaned his fish tank. So I was winning. He trimmed my beard up, got me looking pretty good, definitely slicked the ears down and everything. I got in a fight with a lawnmower, Whip, sure, but I think I won.
Okay, so she says hers is not the true freshwater. Okay. So I think, oh man. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a little research on that one.
Yeah. Ginger laughed at my your little brother comment.
That's funny. That was funny.
Well, I mean, it's shenanigans, guys. It's just what happens.
Shenanigans happening on your head. What is going on, Kenny? Kenny E from Danikin Aquatics.
Welcome to the stream.
That might be a good person. As Kenny, have you ever heard of the freshwater or a bumblebee goby that can go in freshwater? I mean, I know there's a bunch of different kinds, but Fish Streams was asking a question of whether it needs to be brackish or not.
Because I know like the water cow can live in both.
Yeah.
I've seen the marble goby live in both. But yeah, I'm not sure on that one.
I said I kept plenty of saltwater gobies, but freshwater gobies I don't think I've ever got into them.
Okay.
Okay, Silver Creek says most of the bumblebee goby around here are sold out of brackish tanks. So I put mine in tannin filled tank after acclimating it, and it's done great for so far 1 month in the tannin tank.
Nice. Mike asks what the back of your shirt says.
I think you know what it says. Because the front says if you don't like oysters, the back says you can go yourself. You can go yourself.
Yeah, Whip, you're right. Bumblebee groupers can do both. That would be a fish that I'd like to have one day, but those get so big. They're beautiful.
I want a grouper, a saltwater grouper.
A bumblebee grouper or a panther grouper, those would be awesome. I always want to call it like a royal snapper, but I think it's like an emperor snapper or something like that. That fish is amazing and gets huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Didn't Blue Water get one a while back? Like some kind of grouper, it's like a white with black dots on it.
Yeah, the panther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not sure what all they're called. I just know I saw it and I wanted it, but I'm in no way, shape, or form equipped to have one of those.
I think Sean put it in the 300.
Yeah.
I believe that's where he resides, is in that giant 300 that Sean's got.
Best I could do is a 125, and that's not nearly big enough for that thing. So.
Right. Yeah. Big tanks. Those are fun to have.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Yeah. They're fun to have.
Not fun to move, but they're fun to have.
No, they're not fun to move. I'm so glad I had so many people available. Moving John and Lisa's tanks was just a practice to get me prepared for when it was time for me to move.
You didn't know it yet. You didn't know it yet, but it was just pre-gaming you for moving all your stuff.
Yep, training day.
All right, this is what's going to happen. You don't know it yet. This is what's going to happen a few months down the road.
Just a few minor months down the road. And when I tell people, that I've got 8 tanks, they're like, "Wow, you have 8 aquariums?" I'm like, "Yeah, I have 8 aquariums." They're like, "Well, how do you have the time?" I was like, "I got plenty of time now. I'm only taking care of 8 and not 30."
I was going to say to other people that have like 30 aquariums, like, you only have 8? Yeah. Have you seen how big they are? Like,
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Anytime, Mike. I mean, I had a blast Friday night showing off all the reptiles. So I appreciate you guys having me on there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Y'all do that reptile stream on Fridays.
I was on Reptiles this past Friday. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to do a part 2 because I didn't get to show everything, and we even went like 20 minutes over, and I still didn't get to show everything.
Yeah.
What I might have to do, for the next one, I might just have to like shoot a video and send it to you. Like, well, everything's awake because a lot of that stuff goes to sleep. Like their lights and stuff go out right around 5-6 o'clock. So I had turned everything on that night, but they were still like, they're very structured in their sleep schedules. So maybe I could like shoot a video. I think somebody else did that on the Tennessee Fish Mafia stream. The guy, Scruffy Aquatics, I think, the one with the pond. He did that, and he sent a video in because he lives in Canada, and there's like a way different time zone than here. And I was thinking maybe I could do that. Yeah, Stubbs Aquatics. Okay, it was Stubbs. I knew it was started with an S. I was just thinking like if there would be more action going on rather than everything being asleep. I mean, we'll see. We'll see when that time comes.
Yeah, reptiles aren't like fish. You can't just flip the light back on and have them going. Fish, you can just turn the light back on and they're like, oh, it's time to eat. Let's go. Reptiles, you turn their light on and they're like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, the stuff I'm going to show next time, which would be mostly like gargoyles and crested geckos, will be awake anyways because they're nocturnal. But
right.
Not yet.
Not yet, Mike. I'm working on it. I had a customer bring in a leopard gecko the other day, and I was going to take it, but honestly, the money that it took to get him to the vet and get him fixed is the amount of money that I would have been needing to invest in an enclosure and all for him. So he kind of went with the store, and then we found a better home for him. But I am in the market to get me some reptiles now that I have a house that I can do that in because I don't have family members that are anti-reptile.
It's just you can have whatever the heck you want in there.
Right? And then just not tell somebody that's afraid of snakes that there's going to be a ball python in the other room.
Mm-hmm. You know what? Everybody loves ball pythons. Some just don't know it yet. I was one of those people a few years ago. I did not care for snakes at all a few years ago. And then we got our first one, and I finally brought myself to hold it and realize that it's not going to bite me every chance it gets unless it's hungry.
I laugh every time I stick my hand in the tanks at work because generally I don't think about washing my hands, and I've already been in the back room messing with the rats and mice. Mm-hmm. So my hands smell like them, and then they're warm. So every time I stick my hand in that tank, I get whacked.
Yep, because you smell like mice. It was funny the other day when I had to change a substrate out in the ball pythons. And
yeah, I saw you doing that on Thursday.
I was like, all right, Miguel was standing. I was like, all right, let's see which one's going to bite me. And Miguel was like, all of them are going to bite you. They're all mean. So I got them all out without incident. And yeah. Miguel was like, really?
There's only one that bites me, and it's actually the one I want. It's got that I can't remember the pattern. He's the lighter one, and he's got more of the stripes on his side and the open highway across his back.
Pinstripe.
I think that's what it's called, is a pinstripe. Yeah, he lights me up every time I stick my hand in the cage. It doesn't matter. It does. He could have ate that day.
Yeah.
And he Wednesday when we were feeding them, Jackie had him in the back in one of the little critter carriers. The mouse was in the cage with him, and my hand went past it. He struck at my hand. He didn't even strike at the mouse that was in his cage. Oh, rainbow boas are beautiful whip. We get those in from time to time at work.
Yeah, we have one, and I am absolutely in love with that thing. We got it from Blue Water. It was just a little tiny little noodle when we got it. Now it's an actual snake.
Right. Zen promoted my channel for me again. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, Zen Ginger.
Yes, thank you for doing that.
I've got to get some more channels on there. I'm more videos on my channel.
Oh, and Whip asked how the fish house is coming. It's moving slowly, but it's coming along. It's starting to cool down here a little bit, some days. So I'm hoping I can get out there and start doing some work. Yes, Jenny Lynn, I think you need to get a ball python.
Yeah. I know this is a fish stream that we're on, but we all are agreeing that you need a ball python.
Everybody knows that I keep a crap ton of reptiles too. So
yeah, Eric has 25 ball pythons.
You can double that. Just
No, I know. And then y'all picked up a hognose too, or no? Just the corns.
we got a hognose too. We got a albino red stripe.
Nice.
Yeah, that thing is cool. That was one of the first ones that was the first one I showed on Friday. He was already there, like waiting to come out. One of the most docile snakes I've ever held. Like all it wants to do is just like slither through your fingers, and that's it.
Nice. You saw those green collards at work, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Those dudes are pretty cool. They're really fast though, like really fast.
Oh yeah, I was fighting with them the other day when I was making food when making their salad. The one that likes to hang out up front was trying to jump out. I was like, not on my watch.
Yeah.
Not on my watch. Because I am not chasing your quick ass through the store.
No, yeah. Oh, man, yeah, they're so fast, and like, I know they're fast, and I had my thumb basically on the head of one, showing him to a family the other day, and it went from my thumb being on his head to him landing on the kid's chest, and then going from his chest across his face to sitting on his head and looking at mom next, getting ready to jump up there, and literally had to grab him and take him out of the way.
And Jenny Lynn said she's looking at a female I found born around July 25th. Traits say pastel and 100% het clown. That's a pretty snake.
That's a pretty snake.
Yeah.
That's a pretty snake.
And the het will mean like if you breed it with something, there's a chance that it'll be a clown. Or if you breed it with a normal, you'll get pastels and clowns, I believe.
Right. Yeah, Marty is about 45 or so miles away from Eric and I. She's just due east from us down Highway 98. She's over there in the Panama City area or Lynn Haven. So yeah, she's just a hop, skip, and a jump away. So Southern girl for sure.
So your first reptile. It all depends on if you like them to slither or you like them to have legs.
Right.
Me personally, I started with a leopard gecko. Was my first reptile, and they're awesome.
I really think I'm gonna do a bearded. I've talked about a crested, and I like cresteds, but I think I want to do a bearded.
Beardies I love beardies. That's probably, aside from pythons and boas, that's my favorite reptile is a bearded dragon. They just they got so much personality. You can handle them. I mean, they don't take a lot of maintenance. I mean, you can, as long as you keep their enclosure clean and keep them, like, when they're small, feed them more protein. When they're big, feed them more salad. You know, they're one of the best things you can get.
Yeah. Marty, that's right. I forgot you used to live over here too. You have lived in Fort Walton and Navarre. I apologize. What is this? We have copperheads and coral snakes here at Zen Gingers.
Yeah, she's in Texas. Yeah, no thank you. No thank you. We have cottonmouths here. We have rattlesnakes.
Honestly, she should have diamondbacks over there just like we do.
Say we have rattlesnakes here. We have, I mean, it's no thank you.
Rattlesnakes. I think there's some king snakes here. And then, I mean, of course, then there's all the invasives that are in South Florida. But yeah, look, you know, I can always remember catching some cottonmouths or water moccasins, and getting a rattler just about any time I'm out on the reservation. And I used to just pick those things up and look at them, scare a friend, and then throw it back down on the ground and keep walking.
Oh, let's see. Well, we are at the hour mark.
Yeah, we there.
We there, and we've already gone. I started a little bit late, so we've already gone over on Brienne. So everybody go on over to Brienne's stream and tell her you came from here. And I haven't figured out how to do the send over yet, so just do it the old-fashioned way. Because now you can actually send people over. Like there's like a link or whatever you can post.
Oh, that's cool. So then they can just jump onto the sister channels.
Yeah, they can just jump on over. But I haven't figured out how to do that yet. I will figure it out. But until next time, Eddie, always good talking to you. I'll see you at the store sometime this week.
Yes, sir.
And I am going to go take a nap before I go over to my in-laws for dinner.
Yeah, nap sounds good before I drive back to Fort Walton.
I'm exhausted.
Hey, everybody. Appreciate y'all coming on to our Shenanigan Sundays.
Oh, yeah. We will catch y'all on the next one. Everybody there. Zen Ginger posted the link right there. So everybody go on over to Brianna's stream, tell her hello, and tell her you came from Ferlo and Eddie.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Everybody be well. Be safe. Have a good one.